Hello. Ooh. Okay, hold on really quick. And I am, first thing, putting David in timeout. No particular reason. No reason. Oh, god damn it. Every goddamn time. Okay, first off, I gotta turn off this microphone. And then I got to fuck with this. There we go. Nope, they still aren't gonna be able to hear you. Now, let's see. Can they hear you? Say something. Nope, they still cannot hear you. Okay, now... No, that's because I muted one of the two microphones. Alright, so... But they still aren't going to be able to... What the fuck is going on here? Okay, let's try this. Say something?
Something.
Say
No.
something,
There, now they can hear you.
Giving up on you.
Okay, so what you missed was just like us bantering back and forth, but like discussing David and like why he's in timeout and all.
Put David in timeout because we could.
Yeah, no reason.
Well, the thing is, like, if David doesn't go
So
into
hi,
like,
babes and
David,
motherfuckers.
well, the thing is, so we don't put David into a timeout. He will feel like he will feel alone. He will feel sad. He will feel like, what's wrong? Why have they not put me in timeout yet? And hey, Phoenix, hello. And yes, there's the pupper. Yes, exactly. So welcome, lads, lasses, and NB badasses. This is just Alchemy. I'll do the whole introduction of like who's here thing, while you, John Brockman, can like get ready our patron things to be able to thank our patrons.
Hi, Joey.
As you
Well,
can see,
hi everyone, but
Especially Joey.
yeah.
Yes.
Yoey.
Yoey's awesome. So here I am, some random geek that's like Port Tanuki right now, or Port Raccoon because of the hat. Literano's like down there. Over there, next to John Brockman, is Wesley, the good pupper, a needy pupper. And as
He
well as John
pooped
Brockman,
twice when I took him on his walk.
Oh, such a good pooper he is.
He's a pupper pooper.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. Oh, we lost Julie.
Oh well. Hopefully she'll be back. She's not. And hello, Cowboy Ibach. Let's jing for as long as I can because it's pretty crazy here. Hope everyone's like stay safe and healthy and drink some water and take your meds. So that's right, Cowboy Ibach. You're in Portland, so things are going down now. I know that apparently there's like a MAGA March of Millions. Oh, there's
the Million MAGA March. Oh, and
sorry, I have 2 neurons today and one just.
You shouldn't call Myelin that. That's not nice.
Mine is eating, I think.
All right.
Anyways, one of my 2 neurons just malfunctioned, and I closed the Zoom thingy when I should.
So if you go on Twitter,
anyways, I don't go on Twitter.
You shouldn't go on Twitter, except for this.
No.
The Million MAGA March. The Trump's Kekistan neo-Nazi supporters.
What?
Million.
I've been out of the loop lately.
Basically, the right has planned a rally, sort of like how the Women's March did after Trump won. They're calling it the Million MAGA March. Make America Great Again. And they had the hashtag Million MAGA March, or Million MAGA March 2020. And they've been trying to switch up between them because every time they come up with one, it gets flooded by people just filling it up with basically trans pancakes. A TikTok user said, "Go fill up the Million MAGA March with pancakes because we flipped those states." And it is now filled with, It's, basically, they've rendered all of their hashtags completely unusable. It is wonderful.
Yes. Well, that's what the QAnon people try to do with, have done, and in some ways to do, Save the Kids.
Mm-hmm. Except that they're doing that with their conspiracy theory and nonsense. This is a deliberate, concerted effort to just deliberately, directly drown them the fuck out.
Yeah, it's exactly kind of like how the TikTok users bought a whole bunch of tickets to the Tulsa rally, and that's why that rally was so sparsely populated.
Mm-hmm. And sort of like how George Takei flooded the Proud Boys with images of gay dudes kissing.
Yes, yes, the gay dudes kissing. Yes, don't need to go to the gay porn sort of thing. That's what happens in
that was Sargon of Akkad.
Yes. They break 2S too as well. So,
but now let's go ahead and thank our matrons. First up, we have Yemi Ye.
Thank you, Yemi Ye.
Thank you, Jamie.
And some angry French woman.
Jamie. I'm not angry today. I'm too tired for that shit.
Thank you anyway.
And then Marty.
Thank you, Marty.
And Ellie.
Thank you,
Thank
Ellie.
you, Ellie.
Even though they're Danish. I can forgive them for that.
He.
Him. Forgive him?
Ellie is he, him exclusively now.
Okay. And Yo.
Thank you, Yo, who's in the chat. Hello, Yo.
And Mylin, another angry French person.
Not as angry.
Not as angry.
I'm not yelling today. She's too
Thank you,
far away. Sasha! Only if it's a cat, I'm yelling.
Of course, because cats are important.
Because you're racist. We get it. And then a couple of fuckboys.
Yes, thank you to a couple of fuckboys.
And then Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
And then Von Reck.
Thank you, Von Reck. You're gay.
Reck. Yeah, Von Reck is gay.
Totally gay?
Yeah.
Okay, you better stay away from that. That is my breakfast. That is not your fish taco. That's my fish taco.
It's fish taco. It's fish taco.
Yeah. You're naive, John, but...
Well, the reason I'm not too concerned is because it's in a thing. It's leftovers from last night. It's been in the fridge all night.
Okay.
But love the button? Oh, yes.
So our friend Mehmet mentioned that he's actually coming down with something, and he's going taking it off. Hey, George P, thank you for coming.
Yeah, is concerned about it maybe.
Well, it's not like he's going to get us sick.
So let's all send good vibes to Mehmet.
I mean,
even though I don't really believe in good vibes, it's a nice thing to do.
But we hope you feel better, Mehmet.
You are in our thoughts because we missed you, you beautiful slut. You beautiful.
You can't go down on someone if you're coming down with something.
Yeah,
exactly.
Especially when it's contagious. Do not do that.
Is Luke still running your fries right in front of you? This that floof, that floof of Luke, which is like.
You mean Loki?
No, the other floof.
Oh,
okay.
There's
There's two floofs.
Okay,
yes,
Luke and Loki. How do you? That's just mean.
No, everyone is a mod in the chat.
Pretty much.
There might be someone who's not a mod who might show up
today.
eventually.
Anyways. Yeah, I posted the stream in the commie group, Mehmet's commie group.
Right.
So some people might show up.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that could probably
Good vibrations.
Ba, 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 ba. Oh wait, I'm singing. It's a chord. It's a rule on social justice alchemy. One of the few
I think
rules
you felt the look I gave to my computer screen right now.
Well, I know. I also had to like remand myself because you're not gonna like yell at me, so I have to like keep myself in line so that you don't have to yell.
No, if you want to sing, Jonathan. If it makes you happy, you can do it.
But I also want to be like
Don't fuck with my groove, though.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So yes.
No, sorry, Phoenix. Too late. It is now official. Loki is your mom.
So, yeah, I
can't make that
with,
correction.
Captain Andy and asked him if he wanted to come on the show one of these days.
Yes.
And he said he'd like to, maybe. I don't know. And he would like to know if Garrett is going to make videos again.
Was Garrett prepping for that?
Okay, so Garrett
did a live stream.
He did 2 live streams.
Yeah, but Andy missed them because
reasons.
I don't know.
That's okay. So I'll let Captain Andy know, just like, oh hey, Garrett is going to be making videos, but the best place to go and watch to see when the next video is going to come out. Like Garrett's working on, he's finally like scripting
his
next video in the Anarchist Book Club for The Dispossessed by Ursula K. Le Guin. And
so cool.
Yes, that is cool. I'd also mention to Garrett, oh, by the way, Steve Shives is doing the read away with his friend Dana Cole on The Dispossessed as well. The next Friday, this upcoming Friday, the 20th, it would be they're going to do the second chapter of The Dispossessed. And
I'm not in a Steve mood.
Oh today. Yeah, I understand you're not in a Steve mood.
Well, Steve is okay. His
audience is
his audience is very liberal and shit. Yes, because
God, yeah. I mean, they're like transphobes, aren't they? They have one joke. That dude who said, "Who's gonna live then, cats or dogs?" Shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
If we're talking about the ultra track, I actually think he's legitimately serious about like I should run for office since I'm very politically active, and it's like you really don't understand anarchists, don't you?
I mean, some anarchists have run for office to try and change stuff, but at least I'm not angry at that dude. I'm angry at the other one.
Oh, okay.
Well, ones, plural.
Yeah, there was. It's the same kind of like liberals and like stuff.
The guy who was demanding you to explain anarchism, like, dude, you're on the internet. Look for it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hello, Sasha.
Sasha, what's tacos?
They're fish tacos.
Well, duh.
What was I about to say as well? Okay. So Garrett will announce basically when his next video is going to come up in his community tab on his YouTube channel. So I'll mention to like Captain Andy to like look there essentially, or keep your eye out for that. So if you want to know when Garrett's going to like post his like new videos or any other announcements, go to the community tab, because he actually did said in that community tab that he's going to come back and do like a couple of live streams as well, which he did. I caught the second one, which was after our show ended, just like him telling what's going on with him, like how he spent his time like watching VTubers on like YouTube or other places, and he also had to take care of his dog because his dog had something happen. He's better now. He has surgery to like She to deal with her situation. I think it's the broken
Her
leg.
name is Kara.
Kara. So that's kind of what Garrett has been up to, as well, taking care of his dog and all that.
Okay,
anyway.
I'll tell Andy then. Who made a video yesterday, I think.
Yes,
A short one.
Just a short one, and basically saying
To explain, yeah, go ahead.
Is how for the left, it's important to keep it as a safe space for like marginalized people, as it were. And when you spend all of your time, or seems to be most of your time, or all of your time in this online space to try to like turn right wingers into left wingers, especially one particular right winger. He was vague bogan. He was like vaguely referring to like someone else particular, but I'm not sure who. You are making online spaces, like your online spaces, unsafe for like marginalized people. So it's kind of like what is you can try to like convert right wingers, but it's best to do that not by bringing in them to your space as well. You can like make videos to respond to their talking points or respond to someone that they're talking to, but when you actually invite them into your channel, into your space, as it were, into the community, you're making that community unsafe for marginalized people that are often very affected by like right-wing people and right-wing rhetoric and right-wing talking points, as it were. I'll post the video into the live chat right now. There's Captain Andy's video. You can go check out. Just setting up the camera and just talking to the camera.
I think Andy and Phoenix are the only vegans I like. No, that's Jamie too, but
yeah.
The new leader of the Swedish Parliamentary Left Party, basically the New Social Democrats, said anarchists promoted chaos.
Yeah, what's new?
Yeah,
the politician is full of shit. What new?
Yeah.
No, Evie, this is not the land of do as you please. This is the land of take what you want. This isn't anarchy, Evie. It's chaos. Semi-quoting V for Vendetta.
Oh, okay.
The comic, not the movie, because
that's what I was thinking, because I don't remember that in the movie.
Yeah, the movie completely stripped all the anarchism out of it.
Yeah, but knowing that like Al Moore's actual is an anarchist himself, as well as a wizard, it makes sense that he would like put that in there about that. So yeah.
Wizard the stuff with the knot on the end of it. Sorry. Don't say the word without when I'm in that state. I am going to have songs come to my head, and I don't have neurons, so they're going to go on my mouth directly.
Oh, that's fine. I do that all the time. What was the last time it's like someone said something and then immediately started having a song playing in my head or a scene playing in my head? I don't know. I think I would be a good politician, but too much anarchist and would hate myself for it. That's kind of where I'm at too, because like I would love to like take on the whole world and change a whole lot of things, but I know that once I'm in political office, I would just be like that annoying radical like leftist that everyone's going to like hate, and I would barely be able to pass.
Yeah, same. I would suck as a politician.
Yes, I don't think I would have that.
I don't think you can be a politician when you want to burn it all.
Exactly, which is kind of like my point, and it was also something. Yeah,
Mithril, you understand me. It's not the same song, but it's the same singer.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
It's Naniog from the Discworld.
A giraffe with a ladder because he's so tall, but the hedgehog can never be boogered at all.
I need to read the books.
You absolutely do.
Yes, that way
I still can send you the audiobooks if you want to.
You did send me 3 of them. You sent me the audiobooks for Discworld 1, Discworld 2, and the 4th Discworld book.
Yeah, I have the 3rd now because I was I paid Audible for 1 month.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay Audible for 1 month actually because the first month is free.
Free, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. Those trials. It's you're giving money to like Amazon. Well, I stream at Twitch now, so I make money for Amazon. So
I mean, honestly, if I could afford it, $10 a month to have one free book, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Audiobooks are really expensive and they're hard to pirate in a video game.
Yes. So David, are you actually a politician? I actually want to know. I know,
David. Why the fuck would you talk to David?
I'm actually interested to see if that's actually true. He worked in politics in Sweden, because weirdly enough, I can actually see David doing that in some degree, like at a small city chance. And I know, Comrade Ibach, we talked about this. Yes, I should read Butch and not, but I can do
not both?
Yes, exactly. Why not both?
Stop being so sectarian.
I know I shouldn't. Well, no, the Comrade iPod was like being sectarian, saying that no, don't read Discworld, read fucking Butchin. I know. I also know.
If you start telling people to not read Discworld, we are not going to be friends.
So, Comrade iPod, watch yourself.
The only political stuff I pay attention to these days is David Graeber interviews on YouTube.
Yeah, so a lot of them, and that's right. You shared it to me. Where did you share it on me? But it's like a video I've already seen, where basically I saw that like the center is not really exists, or the center, or something like that.
That one is amazing.
Yes, because of like I always like suspected. I suspected. I posted on my Facebook. It's like I wonder if liberals or the Democratic Party, let's say that, if they would still want someone like a Trump to be around, so they can be like, we're not that guy, vote for us.
David says, I have been a representative at my local municipal level.
He lost the seat last election,
but still a member of the Greens. Aren't the Greens fucking useless?
Certainly here.
No, everywhere. I mean,
okay.
My city of Lyon is the city hall is the Greens, and honestly, apart from making parkings to prevent people from driving inside the city, they're not very effective. They're just fucking annoying.
There's the link to the video of David Graeber on the Extreme Center from Double Down News. It looks like they had a lot of like interviews or like snippets that they had.
It's not the last one I watched though. I posted one on my Facebook page where he talks about Rojava, the Yellow Jackets. It's one from a year ago, but
okay,
it's so good. Where he says that basically MLMs are still playing the Cold War, but there's no good guy anymore.
I definitely do see that, because like other leftists is kind of just like out there say, listen, the US
he was talking about the kind of tankies who talk about Assad like he's the good guy because he's the enemy of the Americans. They don't understand that imperialism has taken different forms now. It's not just the US.
Yeah, it's not just the US. There's a lot of other countries that kind of like perform imperialism. I found your like comment. Do you have the video of it? No, it's fine. I'll be able to find it later. You don't understand and how like imperialism is still around, by the way, you kind of like do it in another way. Hey, Tabby the Wolf. Hey. It grown in wakefulness.
Grows into wakefulness.
It grows into wakefulness.
What the fuck? What time is it?
Tabby's in New Jersey. Tabby's in New Jersey, so it's like 3, close to 3. Where
2:30.
She is. Yeah, so it's like the same time zone. It's like
3 p.m.
Yeah, close to 3 p.m. Half an hour until 3 p.m.
God, babe, sleep at night.
To be fair to Tabby the Wolf, she also suffers. She's a trans woman and suffers from fibromyalgia. So she sometimes wakes up with a lot of pain, and sometimes the pain keeps her up as nights as well. And
Yeah, me too. That's why I slept 3 hours last night.
Yeah.
Hence why I am exhausted.
Yeah.
And I don't have any brain power anymore.
And Savvy does not sleep well during like rainy weather.
Yeah,
so much pain.
and I live in Normandy where it rains like every day.
So that's why.
And 80 years ago, it was raining men, specifically American paratroopers.
Hallelujah, it's raining Maine.
That's what you think about it. It's just like that's horrifying. That's like a horror movie scenario. Just like raining male bodies all around.
I think it's referring to Bukkake. Pratchett is wonderful.
This is why we're not on Twitch.
Yeah. Pratchett and Graeber are the worst deaths we have.
Yes,
we have had in the last few years.
Yeah,
that's
Pratchett did just because like he still could have like continued some works, and it's just like his effect on like the landscape is be like memorable. David, it's a tragedy because he's only 59. He could have lived until like 106, like Noam Chomsky's
was
to be.
So young, for fuck's sake.
So yeah. So
no, Terry Pratchett is not named David. If
you're going to try to say something, make a good joke out of it. Come on.
Actually, his middle name is David. Terrence David John Pratchett, OBE.
Yeah, but middle names don't count.
Only if the person likes to go by their middle name because they hate their first name. Because like John Tatum.
I wanted to do that, but I'm not allowed. I can't take my middle name as a usage name.
Informally, people like to just
as
go
a legal name. I mean.
Oh, okay.
I have to use my first name. I can't use my middle name.
Because France?
In France, you can't do that.
Unless if for like trans people getting their names changed to their actual names.
I mean, I am a cis girl who just wants to take my middle name as my legal name, and I can't do that. So imagine the fucking obstacles for trans people who want. It's nearly impossible to change your name in France.
Yeah,
legally,
France is really weird about that.
We suck. We really suck about that. Most trans people in France, if they want to go on with it, they move to fucking Belgium.
Wow.
That's one of the podcasts I was listening to was about a guy whose grandfather had died, and he was going through his personal effects, and he found out that his grandfather had escaped from Austria during World War II. That was a Jew who had escaped to Austria. They'd sent him to an orphanage, and as soon as he aged out of the orphanage, he joined the French Resistance and was going by a false name. So he discovered, what the hell, I'm Jewish. He tried to change his name, and it took him a hell of a lot of effort to change back to his family's name. Because this was in France.
Yeah. Apparently, it's very difficult to change a name on paperwork, but no. I'm not. We do like our paperwork here. That's
why you elected a banker.
Oh God. I really hope that guy. No, I'm not going to say anything because
it's illegal in France.
No, I think I have the right to say it. I wish he catches the Rona, but.
Well, yeah, that's right. France is in lockdown. A lot of places in lockdown. The United States is still the United States, and
I think they are afraid of people having of it being too easy to change your identity, I guess.
Yeah, in regards to
But
France.
that's
Yeah, the
the whole
only people who
thing,
are
right?
allowed to escape any sort of legal consequence are priests. That's it.
Yeah. And politicians in France, apparently, because you can. Our interior minister is a rapist, so.
And you
Why am
have
I
Roman
not
Polanski.
surprised?
Oh God, that motherfucker. Well, no mother. That's the problem,
Yeah, baby fuck.
isn't it?
Yeah,
God, that dude.
He admitted to it, and then, well, because he thought he wouldn't get any consequences. And when he faced consequences, he ran away to France.
And then he didn't face any consequences because apparently it's okay to fuck 13-year-olds.
Not fuck, rape. Drug
Yeah.
and rape.
Even if it was what I said, it wouldn't be okay. So, but yeah, we agreed. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah.
So yeah, France can go.
Oh, we suck
burn.
as a
Yeah.
country. My country sucks. Just a little less than yours, but
At least
that's not a very high bar.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that wouldn't that mean that France is extremely progressive compared to the U.S. then?
Yeah, but so is Iraq.
Oh, Iraq?
Well, we are progressive on matters of work. And that's not exactly the case anymore, right? Since Sarkozy, we have regressed a lot.
Well, you still have the right to strike, which is something we don't have.
Yeah, we are in quarantine right now, so we don't have the right to strike.
but also, like, your people, if all of them are motivated to, will go out in the streets and to do that.
I don't know. I think the COVID is taking its toll on our spirit
right now. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
People are just so tired of being locked down, and because we're not exactly quarantined. Children have to go to school and people have to go to work, but we don't have the right to go out outside of those hours. So people are just allowed to work, and they don't have any leisure time anymore. And people are honestly, if we don't have a riot on our hands before Christmas, I don't understand my countrymen anymore.
Yeah, but the mentioning of, like, people still have to go to the schools in France, that's the case in the U.S. And the developer of an indie RPG game, the queer game, Inkenfeld, Jonah Blackheart, non-binary.
I think Tavi is talking about the guillotine in the chat.
Yes, Tavi is talking about the guillotine.
That's a lot of words that my brain had to parse, but okay, I get it.
But Tavi, yes, Lito's French, and she's very proud of the guillotine. Yes, but like Jonah Blackheart said on, like, Twitter, like, this week, that her 12-year-old niece has COVID and had a high fever. And Jonah Blackheart's the developer of an indie game called Inkenfeld. I know I know them from the charity weekend thing I did. Tavi did 2 weeks ago. So but she said that, like, her 12-year-old niece has COVID, and she just vented on Twitter, "Fuck this country," is where understandably so. So
we have gotten to that crisis better than the US, but again, it's a low bar. The response here was fucking appalling, and now we have people still have to go out to go to work, so we are just allowed to work. And nothing else. And it's taking a toll on people, not really on white people, because honestly, Mylene and I went to go to the groceries not yesterday, the day before, and we will never be controlled with two white people. They go inside the ghettos to control people when people are out to see if they have their authorizations and stuff like that. Let's not be hypocrites here. White people aren't the ones who are policed on that front.
all cops are bad, are bastards, because even if they're at least complicit, that makes them bad.
Joe says, "Are you saying the French are experiencing ennui? How novel." Yeah, it's a little. I know you're joking, but I don't
know
know.
what the word ennui
I
means.
think you can break a people like that by preventing them from having any leisure time. Leisure. Sorry, I was too lazy to put my fucking teeth on today, so if I speak weird, it's why. Yeah, I know, comrade. It's shocking, isn't it?
I just saw a very liberal headline. Biden likely to break barriers. Pick woman to lead Pentagon.
Oh, God.
We meme about this. We meme about this, about how liberals just think to solve the problem of like systemic racism and patriarchy is to have
women being misogynist and have black people doing the racisms. Yeah,
is hire more women guards.
Yes, honestly, I think I dislike liberals more than I dislike right wingers at this point.
At this point, yes, it almost
because at least I know where I stand with right wingers.
With liberals, this is kind of like also what that I was being obnoxious and being like annoying and hammering on is like so far there's still some Senate elections happening right now. As far as I remember, like last I remember, like in Georgia, there's 2 Senate seats that are still up, and it's very close because Georgia kind of actually did flip for Biden.
You have to win a majority to get elected in Georgia, and nobody won the majority, so it's going to go to a runoff.
What there's still elections going on?
Yes.
Still elections going on in certain places.
Nobody won a majority in either of the Senate races.
Not for the presidential, though.
No, that's over.
It's the Senate, is that it?
It's a Senate, yeah.
Okay. Two Senate seats in Georgia.
Yeah, it's kind of rare for like 2 Senate seats to like go up at the same time in one state, and that's happening in Georgia. One of
it's designed not to happen. So,
so I think that one of them is a special election, which is why they're happening at both times.
Yeah.
But as John Barton said, and there's because all states have their own rules on elections things, and it kind of makes sense of like set for when there's a 2 political party system that they wanted like a majority of Georgians to like select one of their 2 senators as well. But yes, as it sometimes happens, this happened at presidential election actually in like 1992 with like Ross Perot. That a majority of Americans did not elect Bill Clinton, but Georgia has a rule of like, and you need the majority, you need at least 50.1% of the votes in order to first pass a post in order to be elected. But since there was no majority, third parties actually kind of like, I guess, libertarian parties, kind of like threw a monkey wrench into it. So now there's a runoff election, another election essentially.
I don't know what you're talking about, Marty, but I am indeed in good company right now. But anyways, yeah, your country is weird.
It's weird. So it's maybe possible the Democrats take back the Senate, I've heard.
I mean, will it change stuff? I think I can't stand anymore to hear people like Steve or anyone else say, you have to write to your Senate or your Congress person or
that's the directest of actions.
It never changed anything in the past. Why would it start changing stuff now? I think my problem with the liberals in general is I think they're blinded by their privilege.
Yeah,
blinded by the white.
That's
set up like a noose.
But that's annoying me coming from Steve because he has always been a very good ally, and I don't know, this Trump presidency has traumatized a lot of your country people.
I think that's my biggest fear because Trump was so bad that anyone that's not Trump, it will be seen as a moderate and have extremely progressive policies. See people like Steve, solidarity is like a 4-letter word.
I don't understand.
Four-letter word means naughty word.
I thought it was
Fuck?
meant. Yes.
Four-letter word means bad word. Shit. Fuck. Damn. Hell.
Oh, can't.
Vote.
Oh.
But that's what my mind went to like vote. Solidarity is like vote, and it's just like I see it. But then it's like, oh no, wait, solidarity means four-letter word.
Okay, I get you, comrade. I'm not dissing Steve though. I still think he's a good guy, but
He was mad at me yesterday.
I think for the first time since Trump presidency, he's gotten a taste of what marginalized folks experience since always, and he didn't like that, and I think he's starting to be a little less of a good ally. We'll see with time.
Okay.
I'm not. I've stopped being his patron because I have better people to give $1 to, even though I can't really afford it. But
yeah,
the little I have, I share.
Like you do social justice alchemy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and yes,
Sasha!
Sasha's.
I want a kitty. I miss having a kitty.
Are you ready for a kitty? Since my
I understand where you're coming from, comrade, but he's my friend, so for now.
Well, that's the thing. I never wanted to like punch Steve in the face.
I don't think he's my friend. I'm his friend, which is different.
Steve still sees me as his friend, even though I know the piss out of him sometimes, like I did yesterday. Because I tried to like get them in the ass. It's like, okay, if the Republicans still maintain the Senate, that means they'll block anything to the left of like hurting homeless people for sports. Cat butt.
Oh my god.
So then it's just like, if
what the fuck is that t-shirt, John, and why haven't you sent it to me yet?
This is a modification of the ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yes, I know.
Still have not seen that movie. And it's Kitty.
That was a rhetorical question.
Okay. And I haven't sent it to you because you moved. I don't know your address anymore.
I don't have
to find that out.
I actually don't really have one.
Oh, so you don't have like
mine. It's you know what I mean?
Yeah, so
it's Mylan's address.
I'm not houseless. I'm homeless.
Yes, I see. Taffy, what happened to Steve? Yesterday on the Ask Away, I do my normal adjective prop sort of thing, and like Steve got annoyed, and I think he got annoyed when the realization, if the Republicans do maintain the Senate,
we're not going to get anything done for the next 4 years.
Exactly, and I asked.
If the Democrats get the Senate, you're not going to have anything done for the next 3 years. Don't be naive.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to be naive, but I think Steve will be naive, and that's right, Joe. Steve was frustrated with Obama.
Oh, let's not criticize the war criminal who opened concentration camps in the U.S.
Even Dana Cole, his close friend, they're working together on videos as one of different projects. Even Dana Cole said about Obama, "No, Steve, you're wrong. He was not a great president."
I mean, he was better than Trump, but again, low bar.
And that's right. Steve was fuck all of your pie in the sky ideas on anarchists, and you never presented grounded ideas, which is kind of like I was saying that I will have 200 characters in a live chat, and I haven't like communicated with him since. I think I'm leaving a comment. It's like, okay, here's a bunch of like different sources of ideas, as it were. But yeah,
I think he gets frustrated of people trying to turn him into a communist. To be honest,
I think so.
No, but it's funny, but it's not funny at the same time, because he's getting pulled to the right with that shit of the Democrats. He was. I don't know. I don't know if it's Trump presidency that traumatized him to like that, or if it's just over you, Jonathan.
He probably is over me and probably over my presenting like anarchist ideas. Probably he is.
Oh, shut up, David.
is because I would like say the quick little thing is like, oh hey, this country is founded by cishet white men, rich cishet white men, and he would get annoyed by that because it makes it sound like I do not like bring I did not mention any like progress that has been made in that short comment.
And yes and no, Tavi. Star Trek isn't exactly about communism, but kinda.
A little bit. It is a cashless society.
Mm-hmm. But that's and Steve did several months ago, did the Trek actually essay of like how that's like Star Trek.
It wasn't bad for the US, Joe. It was bad for the countries that were attacked by the US.
Yes,
and go tell that to the family of Carmen Guerrero, or go tell that to Chelsea Manning.
The thing is, like, if Chelsea Manning did not leak those like documents that like cats run across the table, if Chelsea Manning did not release those documents that listed all of U.S.'s war crimes, that war would have like that war would have continued in Iraq, or yeah.
Oh yes. What they don't realize, Chelsea Manning saved a lot of lives by leaking those documents, Iraqi and American. How many people did you lose there?
Just Iraq?
5,000.
Yeah.
Whereas they lost hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, but I'm not comparing Steve to Christie, honestly.
Oh yeah.
That's not even, you know. Well, you're not going to turn him into a communist, comrade. That doesn't mean he's a bad person, but
exactly,
his politics are kind of shitty. True.
Yeah.
He's not there yet. Maybe I'm not sure the right angle is to insist at this point. So I have unfollowed him on YouTube and stopped my Patreon, but I will never unfriend him. And if he wants to come on the show, I will be very happy to talk to him. Yeah, it was amazing for trans people. Maybe.
That was a good thing. That,
I don't think Chelsea Manning would agree with that. Or to all the trans women who were put in men's prison thanks to his attorney general. Hi, Mrs. VP.
But he did open up the military for trans people.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as putting more female guards, isn't it?
But on the other hand, poor people do need employment, and the military is often the only option.
Yeah, and I don't begrudge any like one that joins the military.
No, me neither. I don't think soldiers are the same than cops.
Yes, I do agree with that, because I think like soldiers are much more traumatized by like what they have to go through in order to be soldiers, and what they do once they're like out in the field, as it were. That which won't excuse their war crimes, like the terrible things that happen in Iraq, as reported in the podcast Eyes Left. But still, is cops do choose to be that profession and choose to be like authoritarians, right?
I know. Sorry, Marty. I'm tired and I'm disappointed, and I know, babe. I'm not trying to lecture you on what you lived. I'm sorry.
It is complicated because that is a good thing that like Obama did do.
Yeah. Obama did help make some progress in some areas. He was decent about a lot of things.
Yeah,
but he was still a liberal.
Decent shouldn't be celebrated, isn't it?
I don't.
In America, it kind of has to be.
That's just the thing.
Yeah, that's true. I shouldn't say stuff like that. That's true.
So it's kind of like I know.
I mean, I still have issues with, I don't know, people calling him a good man when, and Guantanamo, he never ever closed it. So torture, drones,
and yet
he didn't end either of our
putting
wars.
women in men's prisons. Fucking concentration camps.
And yet, and that was interesting. And yet, Steve actually kind of like addressed the immigration issues with Obama. He kind of said like, well, there's a problem that we were getting so many immigrants in at the time, and that you have to like set up like these quick little like facilities to be able to like house these people.
No, I disagree.
Standing Rock's is a good point as well, like Joey.
Oh yes, Standing Rock. Yep. But not only what the city who doesn't have water.
Flint.
And the city where the black people rioted.
Ferguson.
It was. Thank you. It was all under Obama. So.
Yeah, and I do agree, Marty. That's always been my point. It's like the president be a good person, which is why whenever I say, and yes, all presidents are bastards, because like I have said like Obama was not a great president. It was like a war criminal, and then it's like, well, then okay, some renegade. Then who is a good president? Exactly, you made my point from me. There's been no good presidents when you think about it. Okay, William Henry Henderson was only in the office for 30 days, but he had he had a political life until then as well, and so it's just like, and it's partly because of what you have to do and what you're complicit in of being the head office of the United States, as well as like the commander in chief. And like,
I don't think it's just the United States though. You can't be a president, period, and be a good person, in my opinion. But
yeah,
I'm a fucking anarchist, so what do I know? You know.
That's right, Joey. The Occupy as well. That was a whole movement that like
Occupy was good and not good. Occupy is my point of contention with David Graeber. Actually, I don't think it was going to work. People are not ready to not have leaders. We have to.
Well, I don't think Occupy like collapsed because of that. I think that.
Yes, it did.
Okay, so I've heard. I have
wasn't involved. From my perspective, it did, but.
Because in my perspective, Mike Bloomberg just like wanted the like Central Park to be cleaned up, so that's why he sent the cops to like break up the Occupy encampment. Yet the only time the New York subway system actually got clean was like in April or March because of the pandemic.
And the New York rat population
Forest Fair, but sometimes trying to do good thing is not enough when you succeed to do awful things.
So. And hello, Forest Fair. Thank you for coming in. All presidents are
white colonists.
Yes. Yes. It's not hard to say as the Renegade cuts a new video.
War criminals, okay.
War criminals.
Yeah, same
that's also true. Yeah.
That's also true. I mean, that's kind of a synonym, isn't it?
Conrad Abbott, I have seen the Renegade cuts the two recent videos, like the no presidents video was very good, and like but like also what will happen to Trump is also very good. Both of them are really good videos because like a lot of past presidents, even the terrible ones like Nixon, managed to like rehabilitate themselves after like the presidency. Who knows if that will happen to Donald Trump? But we've already seen it. Like Rachel Maddow said, "Come on, he has COVID-19. Let's be nice to Trump." And it's just like,
no,
I hope he dies.
Yes, exactly. Hey, so already we can kind of see there have already been like moderate, like some Biden supporters, not all, but some Biden supporters that have like said, okay, the election's over. Can we just like try to heal and like reunite as a country?
No.
Yeah,
No,
agreed.
fuck. And Joe Biden, during his acceptance speech, said, or his victory speech, said, I look forward to working with them. Fuck you. Fuck you. They're fascists. They're assholes. They have done nothing but piss on everyone.
Surprised? If you're surprised, you haven't been paying attention. I mean, he said since the beginning that it was going to be across the shit, the thingy.
Yeah, he was always like that anyway. When he was in the Senate for the longest time, what they vote for of his policies, and when he was VP for Obama, he would talk to Mitch McConnell for like whatever Mitch needs, and that's what I'm thinking. It's just like, okay, maybe if the Democrats do take the Senate, then it's on to like them to actually like do things, and so we have to like pressure all of them if we want to do anything, do what we want. But of course, also I think there's like some differences between what liberals want and what I want, because I think my policy is extremely progressive, abolishing private property, abolishing rent, abolishing landlords, and abolishing the police, and like
abolishing borders.
Abolishing borders, democracy at the workplace, no capitalists, no private ownership, control of the means of production, all of these sort of things. I think those are extremely progressive. Any like unused like houses are populated by people that need houses, easy. But yet, give her in the housing market too. You cannot like have a market for food.
But that's the thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a question of morality. That's what David Graeber says in Debt.
Mm-hmm.
It's people don't want homeless people to live in unpopulated houses. It's just a question of principle. They don't have a real reason for that. It's just morality.
Mm-hmm.
It's just because people have to pay their debts. Why?
Yeah.
We don't know. But it's something that is ingrained in people, especially in Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's something your country has been based off.
Yeah.
The United States of property ever since the beginning.
But not just you. I mean, it's particularly blatant in your country, but again, it's not exceptional. It's Europeans should stop wonkering around the fact they are better than the US. Like I said, my chair is better than the US. It shouldn't be president.
I mean, as my brother like said to me on Facebook and reply and stuff, let's see, I'm gonna try to find. Hey, Von Reck, you're gay.
Last week when I said it, I thought it wasn't funny anymore, but you just said it and it was funny, so I guess.
So I kind of like has said at this point, it's like well, if we assume that the pseudo fascism is the new baseline, then yes, Biden's policy would be extremely progressive, which I said basically at this point I'd rather have cheese sandwiches as a Democratic president instead of Biden. Then my brother responded, support moldy cheese sandwich for continued growth.
Oh, there's not going to be any fishy fash today. I was up all night playing AC Valhalla.
Okay.
Oh, right. Assassin's Creed Valhalla just came out. Yes.
It's still gay. I'm too tired for fishy fashy anyways. I think I'm going to stay like 15 minutes more and I'm going to fuck off because I'm...
Yes.
you know, Mr. Grown and all that.
There was one thing that happened like just last night that was kind of interesting. Tim Allen tweeted, Karl Marx, Communist Manifesto, Wikipedia. But
just that, all by apropos of nothing. And he misspelled Carl.
Tim Allen?
Tim Allen, Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh, that Tim. Oh,
yeah, yes. And Home Improvement. Yeah, he's a conservative comedian.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Comedian.
Is he?
he's
conservative. I mean,
yes, he
I
is
know he's
very.
a comedian, but I've watched Galaxy Quest.
He was
Yeah,
good
Galaxy
in
Quest is wonderful.
Yes.
Home Improvement is not.
No, Home
I
Home
don't know
Improvement
what that is.
it was the TV show he did. It was
sitcom.
yeah.
90s sitcom. The Home Improvement, because he was like he hosted a show of like Home Improvement show, like tools and like
Tim the Tool Man Taylor. Yeah.
Tim the Tool Man Taylor.
It was the living embodiment of the 90s reaction to you should be a good person. No, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
So he was going around being a man. Ruff.
So yeah.
Shut up, David.
But I was like, but if I did not want to bring up Tim Allen doing that, because in case there was a Fishy Fast and you mentioned Tim Allen. So yeah, that kind of like happened.
Well, I'm definitely gay too, Von Reg. Like, well, no, not really, but kinda.
I mean, you're pan-romantic. So
Jamie!
Hey, Jamie.
As an umbrella term, let's say.
Mm-hmm. I have to admit that I'm at least like something close to gay, because I find some non-binary people attractive, and they're not a woman, they're non-binary. So I have, what's the word for me being attracted to non-binary people as well as women? Polysexual. Okay, attracted to more than one gender. But not all genders. And the reason why I don't use bisexual as a word, because yes, I'm attracted to two genders of non-binary, which is a whole umbrella term, and then women. But
Hi, Jamie.
But I'm also, so far I'm not attracted to men. But yes, I'm non-binary myself as well, but I'm also a non-binary dude. So yeah, it's complicated. It's not simple. It's not as easy as we're. So that's why I chose polysexual as opposed to bisexual.
Yeah, I just don't want to explain asexuality to people anymore. I don't have the spoon for that shit,
Mm-hmm.
especially since I'm pan-romantic. I don't want to say I'm pan-romantic, asexual to people. I don't want to explain it. I don't want to say, but these days I have spent 15 years with a man, and this day I really feel like dating women. It's complete. I'm gay, okay?
Yeah.
Hi.
I don't mind saying I'm gay myself either, even though I not mean that in that I like men. I mean that in that I'm queer. But the thing is that it was actually a sexuality or ace awareness week 2 weeks ago, as it were. But next week will be trans awareness week, because the 20th is a Trans Day of Remembrance. That's the somber day we remember all those trans people that like didn't make it.
Marty says Obama's legacy equals Jonathan's gender/sexuality.
Complicated, yes.
Yeah, Van Rijk, if Jonathan and I are allowing ourselves to say you're gay, it's because we're gay. Kinda.
Well, I was called honorary gay before I came out as non-binary. Little said that to me.
Yeah, I mean, look at your fucking leggings, for fuck's sake.
I am wearing leggings right now, yes. I'll show them off. They're Deadpool leggings. And Deadpool is very queer.
So well. Hetero, I mean, look at that.
Yeah. I was told, man, it's very brave of you to like wear some leggings.
Who said that?
Some one at the Total Wine Spirits and More, like years ago, essentially. That's very brave.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just took it as a compliment and said thank you. It was my green fish.
You're white and male passing. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yes, I pretty much can,
Basically.
which is like, yeah, that's which is why, yeah. Yeah, that's still the whole thing as well. I have to remember that as well.
Yes, he is. He's very queer.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny when you know the Peace Lord all have a boner for Deadpool.
That's braver for me, I guess.
Yeah, it's the same hat as the trappers in Cannibal the Musical. And your pitch is about as good as theirs.
Marty asked, so what about Jimmy Carter? We have said before on a past social justice Alchemy, we like the Jimmy Carter the best out of the presidents.
He's a good man, but can't be a good president.
But there's a Counterpunch article listing Jimmy Carter's legacy, and so yeah, I still stand by what we previously said that all APAWC, all presidents. APOC, all presidents are war criminals, which can also mean that all presidents are white colonizers, which is the only exception being Barack Obama, of course. But
he is an honorary white colonizer, okay.
Yeah, in a way, yes, definitely, with all the drone strikes and all. So
I shouldn't say. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It's not my place, but
no, he's a white colonizer. He's working on behalf of the white supremacist property nation. He's supporting the empire.
Yeah, so Warfox, there is the link to the Counterpunch article about a Jim Carter's legacy.
I think Joey thinks the indigenous nations should have their own country.
Well, I remember this was brought up in yesterday's Askway as well. Idea of having the indigenous.
No, I'm responding to Joe on the chat. He's asking Joey if they think indigenous nations should have their own senators. I'm pretty sure Joey thinks they should have their own nation.
I think we should give them the Midwest.
Well, we gave up half of Oklahoma at least.
Oh, David Skog has a big head. I am shocked.
Later, Comrade Ibot. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye, Ambot.
You're waving when yes.
No, I'm not. I'm holding my head with my hand, so I'm in no shape to wave for once. Not being silly.
I'm not surprised that Tim Allen got caught with cocaine in the 70s as well, and ratting out the drug dealers. But yeah.
Wait, I saw someone talking about gay stuff in genitalia. Oh, it's one rec.
Anyone willing to wear Deadpool clothes that it would be a touching close to or touching the genitals is clearly gay, even if they're not gay. Yeah, see, look at that.
Deadpool makes everything gay.
But to be fair, it's I'm wearing other leggings underneath my Deadpool leggings because it's close. It's November right now, but I have worn my Deadpool leggings close to those things as well.
Whereas I have to go out in shorts and a t-shirt.
Straight, so you.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
A lot of us are gay. We should do crime in the video game.
Yes, be gay, do crime. We should do a workshop on how to make Molotov.
Yes.
In a video game. I'm joking, of course, because if I were to throw Molotovs, I wouldn't be able to run away. So
yes.
That Molotovs aren't for me. I need to find another weapon of choice, but.
Oh, that was also a thing that was asking me, are you going to fight the revolution? And I just instinctively said, yes, I'll fight the revolution.
Well, duh.
I'm willing to die for it to end capitalism. And it's the idea that I talk a good game about the revolution, but they expect me not to go out there and actually fight for a revolution. This war.
No, we don't think there was ever a good president, even in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, Chirac was a good president in the sense that he was doing the president's job well.
He was a capable president.
Yeah.
What
but It was a good period for France because the prime minister was from the opposite party. He was an actual leftist. Oh my God. So there were some progress made. It was 20 years ago, mind you. In the meantime, we had Sarkozy and Hollande and Macron. Oh my God.
So
I don't want to know which one we are going to have next. My country is fucked, basically.
Yeah.
Because we have a president that wants to change it into the US. Basically.
Sounds like you could use some freedom. Maybe we should send our military over there. Y'all got any oil?
Well, we have bases over there in France and Germany anyway, because like earlier this year when Trump, because of a petty reason, threatened to pull 12,000 troops out of Germany, the Republicans and the Democrats told Trump, no, let's not do that. We can't, we have to like keep them there. And see what's like, yeah, let's keep the 12,000 troops there.
Germany are the most powerful nation of the EU. I don't think the Americans, politicians want to get bad with the EU.
They're like going to be one of our largest trading partners. There's 450 million people in the EU.
The largest trading partner. If we stop buying stuff from you, you won't sell a lot of stuff.
We'd have to start selling stuff to Mexico. And what are we going to do with pesos?
Yes. So Marty asked a question. John, I have a question. David and Graeber and Chomsky do win people over talking without talking of revolution. Do you think maybe they come with this off the cuffs?
David Graeber always talk about revolutions in interviews. He knew it was going to be inevitable, but.
Well, that's kind of also my thing is that like as well, because at what point does like it get so bad that like Americans finally have a revolution? There's an uprising against police brutality that's still going on, and in some places happen like nightly, like in Portland where Jamie J and Comrade iPod are, but like. I kind of faced that realization, and some people have said like, no, if like the majority of Americans were not going to vote for Bernie Sanders' political revolution, what chance are there for being involved in like the revolution I talk about, or a revolution to like get rid of the current system as war, and which again goes to their mindset of like always thinking of revolution as like one fixated like single event or like violent and stuff happening like a war or the terror, and
I think we have a problem of vocabulary.
We kind of do, yeah. And
people are afraid when we say socialism, communism, revolution. It comes especially in the US. Because you've been very effectively brainwashed.
Exactly.
My dad said all socialism is the same thing as Stalinism.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
of course, my dad is technically 1 year too old to be a boomer.
But that's
what I mean is maybe we should stop being stubborn and find new vocabulary to try and win people over.
Maybe because it is very bleak to think that like Americans pretty much are not going to revolt or like be part of a revolution.
You've been programmed to accept a lot of shit.
Yes, and what's kind of like scary, the thought I had is like maybe so many Americans will accept like federal troops or like cops to just come in while everyone's just sitting down eating dinner and take one of the family members and like take them away. Oh wait, they kind of do that with ICE.
Cops are nice, don't you think?
Or like the people who just had a family member taken away from them from the dinner do be.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think people are complacent because it's not happening to them.
Probably, yeah.
If white people in the US started to move their ass,
there'd be a lot of jiggling.
Yeah, I think a lot. Yes, I think a lot of stuff would change because right now, people of color are
ready to
are
revolt.
moving. They are revolting already. Black people are, indigenous people are, between Standing Rock and yeah, I mean, and the thing where Joey was with the Mount Rushmore.
The Dakota people.
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, Black Hills.
So, I mean, a lot of Americans are already in a revolution. It's just white people who don't see it because.
Well, I mean, yeah.
They don't need to. They can live without revolting.
I think also a lot of people are just like, because they don't understand like the transition period, and there's so much uncertainty in like this pie in the sky, like the new future as a word that sounds great.
That's why I fucking hate liberals. They give and get false hope, and they are halting the machine of progress. Oh God, I'm talking like a Marxist.
Well, I think, Julie, you need to lead this sort of vanguard movement is what you need to do.
I've been accused of talking like Lenin before by someone, because I said to abolish the courts, and like I've been accused of like I'm talking like Lenin. So yeah, I don't know.
Who said that?
John Burns on Facebook.
Oh God, John Burns is a moron.
He's a nice guy, but yeah, he's just like
no, he's not.
He gives money to my friends. So
yes. Okay, that's not. Yeah, okay.
A garden van, maybe, yes. But what was like my last thought?
I'm going to leave you guys. I'm sorry, but I am.
Okay, you've been here more than an hour. You've done.
Yes.
More than your share.
You know, Mermist are grown.
Well,
one day I will be able to do it properly. No, not today.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Marty has the good quote for my living. I love you, Marty. No, don't retract it.
She's going to rewrite it.
Yeah.
We're all communists with our closest friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to go eat something and maybe sleep, or maybe play The Sims. Something that doesn't ask my neurons to do anything.
Good night, Julie.
Bye-bye, babes. Have a good one.
Communism is just liberalism, though, because there are only liberals and conservatives. Dr. Werner told this that when she was explaining how leftists are all bad because Dr. King was a liberal.
What? In what world is Dr. King a liberal? He was a fucking communist.
He defended, he spoke out in favor of Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh for U.S.'s involvement in Vietnam. In a speech.
In interviews, he explained how capitalism is responsible for racism.
He would, Martin Luther King probably would like defended a lot of like his like black brethren, like comrades, all of which had actually spoke favorably of like the USSR in some cases. I have heard interviews from like people who got like interviewed as well.
Okay, Remy. I was about to say, I'm not gonna have to ban
you. Yeah, and Dr. I should read like a lot of Dr. King's books. And that's right. A letter from Birmingham jail, it was basically about the white mother. I said like for the like the peacefulness of the negative peace as opposed to like the tumultuous change that like for an actual peace. Yeah, she does. Dr. Werner does overstate her like understanding political theory. Well, that's the thing. Other people have like said
she knows how to do polling well.
Yes,
insofar as anyone knows how to do polling.
Well, that's the thing with like political science, as where it just all political science just focuses on is what are people's opinions about like these policies and politics, is where it doesn't actually like go any deeper than that. It doesn't like actually ask, well, why do people think this way, or how does this work, or like, or it doesn't seem interested at all and actually make the world better. Honestly, from it just like ask what people thinks about the campaigns and elections, and I'm whether it's just like, how about we just actually make the world better, as it were, and
Whoa, that sounds like communist talk.
Which communism was defeated in the 60s when when America raised all of its taxes on the rich. I saw that in a post once, posted by Steve, of course, on Facebook. It's still kind of like myth about that. Yeah, it's kind of like what we were saying earlier. We're probably at like, we probably actually prefer, we at least with right wingers, especially we don't like right wingers, we at least know where we stand with right wingers. However, with like some liberals, I don't know where those liberals stand with us or not. If they're more radical than they like to present themselves as for whatever reason, or they like to think themselves as like more radical than they actually are. But yes, okay, that's good to know. There's a cat there. Because if I was playing the game, I'll be like, is that a cat? Where do we go here? A letter from Bowman and J.R. We're all both about how liberalism is bullshit and useless to solve the problems of the white supremacy.
Well, liberalism was designed to support white supremacy, so of course it's not going to solve white supremacy. I mean, it was designed by slave owners and slave traders as a way to overthrow the aristocracy so that they could be in power instead. That's really all it was.
And here's a good tweet from James J. Similar to this other thing. Oh yeah, sure. Malcolm has also spoke about that as well. Mm-hmm. And Malcolm has also said, no, you got to expect violence with how you treated us. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but like Jamie said on Twitter, I linked right there. A friendly reminder that a revolution is any attempt at a holistic change of a political system. If you're seeking to abolish a political system that is built on white supremacy, patriarchy, cisheteronormativity, or exploitation based on financial disparity, you're seeking a revolution. Going back to the founding fathers, this country was founded by a lot of cishet rich white men.
So far as we know, they were het.
Yeah, so far as we know that they were het and cis. Yeah, they could have been in the closet. That's fair. But they were rich white.
They were definitely rich white men. Most of them slave owners.
Mm-hmm. Yes, progress has been made. We abolished slavery, just moved into the prisons. Women can vote, which voting has its limits already. And what's the next one? Oh yes, there's been like changes to like labor laws. The communists and the anarchists and the socialists had to fight a bloody war to do that, and seven of them were sentenced to death for their involvement in the Haymaker bombing. The eighth one got jailed for life, I think.
You mean Haymarket?
Yes, Haymarket Affair.
Because you said Haymaker, I was like, that's new.
Oh wait, yes. Haymaker is something else. Yes,
Haymaker's a kind of punch.
And it's a throw in football, yes. Handshake. And Mac was a badass. And I think I've already made this point before. I brought it up, but like as we have all said, like socialism kind of have to like start here, because if it starts in like other places around the world, especially poorer nations,
we destroy them.
Yes, and people have pointed out, yes, it should start here in the U.S. To someone else also brought up, you're right, socialists should start here, because it's not like the U.S. will kill socialism starting here, except for Malcolm X, MLK, and the Black Panthers, and Fred.
Oh, you mean black supremacists who want to kill all white people?
Yes. Black revelation, which is tied to anti-capitalism for obvious reasons, and which is why a lot like the Black Panthers like encourage
the reverse racism is the real racism. Okay, we ended racism. We had a black president.
Oh, what about the racism against Republicans?
Yes, that's bigotry. Holding them accountable for their actions is bigotry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, especially
when all they want is lower taxes.
That's seriously why something. So 70 million people are at least okay with what Trump has done, enough so that like for one issue that they'll vote for him. Like maybe, oh, Biden's going to raise my taxes. Screw that. I'll vote for Trump. but that just tells you of how many people in this country, given that it's like the two-party system and there's only like two viable options, as it were. And so, like, if they feel like they have to vote for one or the other, where they go is kind of like a lot of them seem to be just fine with what Trump has done. Then again, Biden's still sexually assaulted Terry. So when are we going to like a call for the investigations on that? I say at least January 22nd.
January 21st.
Yeah,
or
January
no,
21st.
I would be willing to wait, 5, maybe 10 whole minutes after Biden is sworn in.
Exactly. And that's the figure. That's the time. Once it's like official, Biden's the president. That like Trump is out of the office for sure. Then we call for the investigations against Biden for Tara Reid. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I the Reebok. My brother seriously says that on his Twitter bio that BLM is racist. It's a racist organization. Yeah, I mean it's also an organization led by Marxists. But at least that one, don't spoil me with a good time.
Well, BLM isn't really an organization.
Yeah,
and it doesn't have leaders. It's a movement. It's a set of tactics. It's Antifa.
It is. And I actually kind of think some people argue that some criticism I heard of Occupy Wall Street is that like there was no leaders, and that's the problem. And I was just like, no, because one thing I think is a good that BLM doesn't have leaders, because if it did have leaders, well,
they would be arrested and murdered by the police.
Exactly. The FBI would might be sniped them or something like that.
I mean, we don't know, but I feel relatively confident there's a lot of COINTELPRO going on there.
Yes, definitely. Probably still going on right now. But that's why I think it's good that like BLM is just a movement, and it's like has some leaders, but like there's not like they're like world famous leaders as well. They'll appear on Democracy Now! And other places, but I think that it's good that like it's the leaderless movement, or is a movement full of leaders, in that you will, if one of them goes, there will still be someone else continuing the torch and bringing the torch and carrying the movement. Still a lot of Black people will carry the Black Lives Matter moves, as well as like non-Black people allies as well. Yeah, that's where I'm at, honestly, Jamie. I don't mind liberals as long as they are remaining effective and out of the way. MLK, the greatest
purveyor of violence in the world.
My own government. I cannot stand by in silence. Yep. He was outspoken against the U.S. government.
Actually, indigenous, I'm pretty sure your people were primitive communists. That's how Marx would have. And Marx was the big brain, so we got to go with what he said.
I think Marx says Marx actually admitted that like he got some of his ideas from indigenous people. I remember seeing that somewhere, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of we like to give credit to like the white boys that like wrote some like good books about these like radical leftist ideas, when they were just like borrowing them from like other places, or like the ideas themselves that came from other places or originated in other places. So we can't, kind of like how like Jesus Christ get like credited for something that Confucius said in like 500 BC.
Yeah, fuck Marx. Big beard, maybe spoiled brat.
I mean, I'll still give Marx the facial hair. That was the thing. You gotta give it to like the communist leaders like Natasha, Stalin, the Gotik, and Lenin. But fuck Stalin. Stalin's a genocidal maniac.
Stalin is an insult to mustaches.
Yes. Yes. I think there is a BLM org that's like a lobbying group for radical justice, but the movement is far bigger than them. Yeah, I agree.
I like Marx's book, so I would bully him IRL.
I love the chat. I love the chat. But I think that like that's why liberals kind of like gradualism and incrementalism, as well as reformism, as it were. It does require a lot of work, just like writing to your representatives, joining meetings, and occasionally, and then vote every so often.
Liberalism is a very conservative ideology. It doesn't like change.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Also, if change doesn't happen, we can easily blame it. It's because the other party's in power.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got to wait until we can able to vote them out, which is my problem with that kind of like approach to tactics, and why I brought it up that like, well, if the Republicans control the Senate, then no change will happen. Mm-hmm. What, we have to wait 4 more years for us to...
I do think Biden would try to do some things. I mean, but if the Republicans still control the Senate at all, then Mitch McConnell will pull another 2 years of obstructionism.
Yes. And yes, down with tankies.
Yep, fuck tankies. No, don't fuck tankies, punch tankies.
Yes, screw tankies. No, but no.
Should we punch tankies? I mean, we definitely punch Nazis. Are tankies as bad as Nazis?
I mean, I can... If the tankies will join us in punching Nazis, sure. After that, I don't want anything to do with tankies.
Yeah, I saw that. That was unfortunate.
I know Philosophy 2 on like his Amy Coney Barrett's video used the R slur even as a joke.
Yeah, but no, this was a tweet.
Oh.
There was a news article talking about the transition from, because we're going to a new president, so there's always the transition. Right. And so he said, well, I congratulate her on coming out, and talking about Trump. Yeah.
If you're trans, I would have at least accepted a little bit. But if you're cis and making that joke, it's like, not feeling it, and not, yeah. Oh yeah. Screw that guy, Robopox. Yeah, I don't like that guy. I only know a little bit of him, but he seems like a prick. What Marty said, yes, is RPG tankers. Yeah, I agree that the tankers are not as bad as Nazis, because the Nazis wanted a lot more people to like to die, and tankies are just misguided in a lot of ways.
Tankies defend acts of genocide and so on. They don't necessarily want to commit genocide.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Yeah. But I think, yeah. Okay, so our friend Joanna has a new baking bowl. She just needs like a $200. So there is Joanna Roberts' new baking bowl. I already gave her $100, and so she just needs that $200 on top of that. At least share around that baking bowl. Give it if you can. Her PayPal should be in there at Saphira Joe at the PayPal. PayPal.me/Saphira Joe, and I think that's still in the description of the video as well, of this live stream. I think that still needs to be updated a little bit in some regards, because you're saying I'll tell you in the DMs or something like that. It's or maybe I'll make the what should be in the news description as it were. So because Anarchist means is still there. Unfortunately, that got zooped. But anyway, have I completed my thoughts? I think so. Incrementalism and gradualism, just do slow incremental change because it's comfortable for liberals to do that. And then when that doesn't work, they can still blame it on the Republicans for it.
Mm-hmm. So, and also, capitalism requires oppressed classes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do gradual change, it allows the system to adjust and either create a new oppressed class or find new ways of oppressing the current class.
Mm-hmm.
the people's stick. Yes, that's the ML way.
The people's stick.
The state is still hitting you with a stick, but now it's the people's.
I mean, liberals have joked about that. It's like in the choice between Trump or Biden, it's a choice between like a daily beating or a weekly beating. Hey, at least with like a vote for Biden, it's just a weekly beating, and it's just like you seem happy about taking a beating. That's the part that acceptance I just can never understand from like liberals, even though I used to be one. But I think that's one of the big difference. I just can't handle that accepting that sort of like have that level of acceptance for like how shitty things are. But yeah, on to like something else.
I haven't really seen too much in the way of news. I mean, all that's happening now, at least in politics here in the U.S., is that Trump and the Republicans are doing everything they can to fuck the transition.
Yeah, I imagine so. Biden's probably talking about picking cabinet members, but some things are final, but not a lot of things. I think I heard that he is putting a Goldman Sachs member into like cabinet, which is standard.
Mm-hmm. And he explicitly said that Warren and Bernie are not in the offing for cabinet positions.
Jamie, I have too many subs in my life to not understand people being happy for a beating. Okay, point taken. Some people do enjoy weekend beating because of that. Yeah. And I know that, like, at a certain point, it's like it was inevitable that Biden was going to be a nominee and is now going to be the president. That still doesn't mean I'm going to be happy about it.
Man.
But besides, hey, it's already been like a week since like Joe Biden is now the president-elect. So I'm still going to like talk to the crap about like Joe Biden for his records and stuff like that, and anything that he does recently.
I have a thing scheduled for next week. I want to try and start a chapter of the DSA here in Greenville.
Nice. So at least you're doing the local organizing thing that like I shouldn't be doing more often, that I advocate for but don't do often enough because I'm too lazy to just like play.
Dude, don't you work like 80 hours a week?
Well, this week I only worked 39. I had to keep it under 40 because I took yesterday off to use on my PTO. But I only have one job. So at most it's only 60 hours a week because I cannot work more than 12 hours in a day. And actually, this is a topic I have to bring up. Actually, because like the recession and pandemic, because not many people are flying planes, and my company does make aerospace parts, we have slowed down. And so, but yeah, I still have to like work the decent amount and get rushed sometimes because people need work, and I work in the stockroom, so like I kit things, and like it's a mini warehouse. I put together the kits like this job needs this domes, these like screws, and these like parts, and there you go, assembly. I knocked my microphone. You gotta go assembly, build these parts. They've been asking for me to kit jobs because they need work, and it's kind of like, can't you just be happy that you don't have work and kind of like sit around and be lazy at this sort of thing? Oh wait, that job, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to work when you're coming in a job. But yet the people that come into work also buy that. They want work when they come into work, and I'm just like, that's I'm 12 times 7 is equals 84.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But I agree with Jamie J. We should go for the 420-69.
Yes.
4 hours a day, or 4 days of work, 20 hours of work, $69 an hour.
420-69, yes. I mean, we are fighting for 15, but like after that, we got to fight for 20 because in some places, even 15 an hour is like not enough to like make ends meet. And I do not work 80 hours a week because I only have one job. I mean, I might stream a lot more on Twitch, but I'm only getting pennies for that right now. I haven't gotten a payout. I have not forgot about like that tweet, Jamie. I will share it with the live chat so people know what we're talking about. That one got some traction. So
Work can be good. My work is good. Well, sort of good.
You teaching people chemistry that want to learn it is good. The school aspect of it, the structure of it, that's like not as good.
Yep. Like one of my students the other day, I was talking about the upcoming test, and he said, "Well, why don't you just not give us a test and just give us all A's?" And I said, "Dude, how are we supposed to prove to future employers that you're willing to sit still and do what you're told for years on end?"
That's more true of high school, though.
Well, I mean, no, it continues into college. That's really the point of school is to demonstrate. Bomb makers. Well, I mean, really, bombs are easy to make, dude. You don't need to be a chemist for that.
Freedom potions. Yeah, work for wages is what's destructive. Yeah, like even Dana Cole has like said she loves what she does, but like I think she will like to get paid for it in order to be able to like live to do that. She doesn't want to do it for free in this society right now because we need to pay for rent and food and all that.
Imagine what the world would be like if we had guaranteed health care and guaranteed housing, guaranteed food, guaranteed clothing. People could still work for wages. They would just be working for the right to have, for the money necessary to have fun that they don't make themselves.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Hey, you need things to burn in containers. Bomb made. Make it not bombs that blow up before you want them to, though. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. If you want to make fancy bombs, yeah, you need to be a chemist or a physicist.
Mm-hmm. But yet, like some people, also, I would also like say to people, or some like passing by like work conversations. Well, I'm kind of busy right now, and when they ask how I'm doing, and someone say that's a good thing, and I'm like, why is that a good thing? And they walk past me, and it's just like, okay, we're not going to have a in-hall conversation and stuff like that, and you probably have your own duties. But so I want to like talk to my coworkers. Why is it a good thing to be busy? Why? And again, simply asking for work. Some can we just accept that there won't be work, and that's okay? Can we be okay with no work? Mm-hmm. Let's call the wick, David. And the Nobel Prize are given out in memory of not blowing up bombs until you want them to.
Well, that is what Nobel did. He made dynamite.
I mean, there was a topic that I suggested, but going back to like, okay, the liberals are like asking for like, how do we get from here to there? And so what's the best like kind of layout plan or schedule or like kind of blueprint that they want? To which it'll be kind of interesting when I finally talk to like liberals like Steve about, well, see, as an anarchist, I don't actually want to like lay out blueprints as were and see how he deals with that. It's like, wait a minute, so you just want to magically go from here to there? Well, yep. I have ideas. Well, magic. I do. But my ideas is mutualism and anarcho-syndicalism is, and but the problem is like other liberals I talk to, they will say, I don't think anarchists have like thought everything through. Well, have Representative Marxley thought everything through? Clearly not, because so many like potential constitutional crises was about to happen on the Trump administration. Of course, Trump got elected. Trump was stayed in power. Very little of his power got checked, and he didn't get impeached. So in many ways, if you ask me, the system failed in preventing fascism, and yet our system is supposed to be like 100% impervious to fascism. Or it's like, because of that potential, they want to stick with the current system. That's where, even though they can like somewhat admit, but be frustrated when they have to admit this, that like, oh yeah, the current system, not much can be done. Or not much does get done.
Yeah. And work that is actually good for society also doesn't pay well. Mm-hmm. Indigenous.
Dave Graper knows that for some. It's so is interesting. And when he was researching for bullshit jobs and like talk to people, because a lot of people, especially people with bullshit jobs, like, and these are usually white collar jobs, they
They
kind
get
of
paid
like
a lot.
they get paid a lot, and they idolize like nurses and doctors, and find it weird to complain that they're getting paid so little. But why? You're doing a great thing. You're actually doing real work. You're helping people. You're healing people. You're teaching people, and you want more money for doing that? Why? And it's just like, yes, exactly, Joe McClary, referring to like what Dish has said. The irony of the many who monetize hobbies that tend to lose the love for it. And this was a clip from Joe Rogan. Well, fuck Joe Rogan first, but like I think Tristan Johnson on Twitter said that like that this is probably more people are going to be upset by this clip than his transphobia, Joe Rogan's transphobia, and I agree. And yeah, that's a good point, Vonrak, that like racing kids do not pay very well as well, nor does farmers. Go figure. Wow, teachers don't get paid well either. Yeah, and
Teachers, nurses, farmers. Well, is parenting really good for society? I've met some really shitty kids.
Well, the thing is, like, I think,
and every Republican used to be a kid. Just saying.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, there's Marxist analysis about like women's roles in reproductive labor and like continuing the society. So, we're Marxist feminists, I think, have like explored that. But where was I? Where was that? My point before that was thinking. The hobbies thing. Joe Rogan has said, criticize people who play video games all day. 3 years. If you play video games for 3 years, you do nothing but play video games. You get really good at video games. But if you did like ninjutsu for 3 years, then you could like open up your own dojo and like be able to teach other people, and you like gain money from your hobby of like ninjutsu. This was a former mixed martial arts or like advocate for mixed martial arts and boxing. So it's kind of like, and I think Mike Figueroa of the Humanist Report kind of like pointed out, this is capitalist way of thinking, just trying to affect everything, that I must make money off of this thing, this thing. And yeah, because if I were to turn my hobby of playing video games into something that can possibly make money, like Twitch streaming, as it were, well, you don't make a lot of money on Twitch
unless you're PewDiePie or something.
Yeah, I don't think he's on Twitch actually.
No, he's a YouTuber, but he does do the video game thing, doesn't he?
He does do the video game thing on YouTube, as and probably got banned on Twitch, just like Destiny got banned off of Twitch. But yeah, someone who has like 100,000 of followers and get regularly like 4,000 to 5,000 like viewers in a Twitch stream, that's where you can actually start making money off of like Twitch, like partner, as it were. And I agree, Von Rack, fuck money. Which is why when I always like to say, oh, what about the taxes? What about this taxes? What about that taxes? I'm a communist. I prefer we don't have any taxes at all, but as long as we need money. But like when you do turn like hobbies to try to make money off it, you really do lose a lot of interest and love for it as well. And yeah, Bosch also got banned from Twitch. Good, fuck Bosch.
No, I thought he was a good leftist. I don't understand.
Yes.
You can't be anti-Semitic if you're a leftist. You must have been joking. You took him out of context.
The Dishes Heretics. Good parenting is useful to society. I have two Lacomies, adult spawns that I didn't fucked up too badly, and they turned out all right. Well, good for you, Joey. Thank you. Thank you for your services. I felt dirty for saying that. Oh, okay. So Joe's not here. But BritTube's kind of like having an existential crisis right now. I don't know the full details because I'm blocked by Peter Coffin. But
Peter Coffin did something. I don't know what.
It's a hot take. It's not one of those hot take. I think Peter Coffin is going to a radical centrist thing of like, hey, let's be nice to some of those like Trump supporters that have lost their elections. They're probably feeling down about that. And you can't be anti-Semitic if you're a leftist, just ask Marx. I did read that essay, actually. It's in the essential reader for Engels and Marx. Yes, Karl Marx. I'm surprised the right-wingers don't know this. Karl Marx wrote an essay about the Jewish question, and I think he's Jewish himself as well. but that shows that like someone can be anti-Semitic against themselves as well. And yes, you can't be. So, but yeah, to Jimmy's point, you can't be anti-Semitic and be a leftist easily. As well as you can be a bigot, you can be a patriarch, Joseph Proudhon.
You're not doing it well, but you are on the left.
There's been people. This guy showed up in a Black Socialist stream with like Jet Cloud and Dead Man Animation and Agitprop TV. I think I am economically left, but culturally right. And everyone was here was like, "What, dude? What?" He said something, and then he got banned immediately. So I was like, "Okay, screw you, Nasbull." And what Peter Coffin was also talking about, he thinks we should also work with Nasbulls. I think. I don't know. I had to look at screenshots again, but it's just like, again, Peter Coffin. But because of criticisms for those hot takes, Peter Coffin started unfollowing and blocking people that are other bread tubers. And then the self-identified bread tubers, some of which who are actual anarchists and produce YouTube content, but also believe in the bread tube stuff, started like questioning the bread tube thing as well. So,
and all the trans people who were saying, "Yeah, remember when he went to war to defend a sexual assaulter? I mean, come on, let's."
I brought that up. Pat, Nine and Jen brought that up as well. So many people have like experienced that brought that up, and it's just like Muchin, Unru, Angie, and Amy are all that Peter seems to still associate with. Wow, that group of people. I'm not surprised when Angie speaks. We already kind of like know of like her classism and like even though she likes to only talk about class politics, is where
Amy Therese, the Leninist?
I don't know that. I'm not familiar with that enemy. Jason Unruh, fuck Jason Unruh. Fuck that Maoist for so many things. He was always been transphobic for the longest time. A lot of people on the left always knew this, and he seems to also be like one of those leftists that's always like full of shit as well. Even like Marxist stuff, he gets corrected oftentimes. But personally, for me, fuck Jason Unruh for like being happy that like an animation studio's Koto Animation was burning because of the degenerates being lighted on fire or something like that. It's a horrible tragedy still of like actual people died in that fire at Kyoto Animation, so it's terrible. And yes, they produce like honestly great animations if you ask me, so it's tragedy there. But then he just like said like, oh, they produce anime, oh screw that because that's degeneracy. So screw Jason Unruh. And Mochpin, I've just heard about him recently.
I have no idea who that is.
He criticized Thought Slime because the slime background in his videos.
Okay, that is valuable content.
Yes. Bad Empanada has like done a stream criticizing the Calpin Melpin.
Okay. In that case, I think I probably do know something about him. I don't really remember why Amy Therese is a weird person. I can't remember anything about her. I just know that she's bad.
Yeah. She was a part of fashion one time, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
The enemy of my enema is my friend.
Well done, Skag. But what about the enema of your enema?
I should not tell where my mind went to.
All right.
Yeah, I think there's no other way to top that. We could Red Fash. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember she was on Serious Inquiries Only with Thomas Smith, and was just completely wild. I think she's transphobic. I can't remember.
The enemas can be friends. They help clear shit out.
The enema of my enema is my frenema. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised by Peter Coffin. He was always more about style than substance, I think.
Yeah, he was always like that. I know
sort of like Contra, but pretending to be serious.
Yeah,
more serious.
And or Peter's always like Elisa left.
He's a blue collar Contra, I think.
Yeah,
they're blue collar Contra.
I think it's any and all now, but like they used to have any and all before. Then they would switch to they them. I think it's any and all now, but they them is like a safe bet to make. Again, I'm blocked by Peter, so I have to like go in incognito to like look him up, and I honestly don't really do that much. I kind of feel like if someone does block me, on Facebook, on Twitter, or something like that, I should respect that and like not look at their feed or look at their comments that they made.
Except for Fishy Fashy.
Well, you can do that for Fishy Fashy, but it's like I'll also be fair though. I have not followed that rules whatsoever. I try to respect that as much, but it's just like sometimes I don't, and so I can be a hypocrite on that. Remember when Unruh was on Richard Spencer podcast, and the two of them agreed that they were basically had the same goals and just the same differences? You think that would be a big wake up call? I did not know that because I don't listen to Richard Spencer's like podcast, or I haven't followed anyone that like follows that kind of stuff and mentioned it. But knowing Jason Unruh, I wouldn't be surprised. Richard Spencer's always like. He spoke to Roman Millennial, which she's a fascist. But Roman Millennial is kind of like, wow, Richard Spencer, you and Bernie Sanders agree with a lot of things, which feeds in how my conservative coworker said, hey, the Nazis had some like less programs of like free healthcare and all. It's like just for Germans. Anyway, yeah. And
he's never had a blue collar job, but he has a blue collar aesthetic.
Lifestyle. Yes. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he never had a blue collar. Yeah, Falcon the Hero has never had a blue collar job as well. Public Enema #1.
Yep, that's an old one.
Yeah.
God, yeah. Fuck you, Joe.
Okay, what did like Joe say? Which episode of like just Alchemy is this? This is 122. Should we do something special for 125, or should we discuss that off air?
Oh, that reminds me. I want people to send in movie clips, TV clips, talking about what theme? Oh, Revolution.
Oh yeah.
So that because it's don't just like tell me a movie or TV show, but actually send me a link to a clip containing the quote in question.
Oh yeah, or at least a timestamp in the movie or in this episode of a TV show, so that like John, you can easily find it and not have to watch a whole movie or a whole TV show.
Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, if it's already online, that makes it easy for me to get the clip, put it in the thing, because 124 is coming up, and that's going to be a new intro because I do it every 12. That makes it every 3 months, and it works out pretty nicely that way.
And so that so at number 124, we will hear a new intro where it's like before we in the 100 episode we heard a bunch of clips about like anarchy or anarchists or anarchism.
And now for 112, it's been communism.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I at least like knew right away 3 of the clips that you like played, and had to like get hints to guess another one. But then you also admit that like the other 2 were a bit obscure. That like. One only Tom would get because he's old. We love you, Tom. We don't know why Tom wasn't here today, but he's been like doing busy.
He has to move. He's in the middle of moving. His floor is basically rotting, and he's about to fall into the basement. So he has to shift over to the next apartment so that he can, so the landlord can fix the floor.
Mm-hmm. Hey, at least the landlord's fixing something. I know landlords said they'll fix something. By the way, Peter Coffin, I just checked on like Twitter. Is they them? So
Chrisiosity is awesome.
Chrisiosity, yes. Chrisiosity just like always been really good, always been like slightly a bit radical and a bit anarchist, and so it's like a bit good on that. And I've seen Chrisiosity also been very consistent in her stances and positions on things as well, and always a lovely person. We should like get her on when we can, if we can find the time.
She did a Marxist critique of, or at least analysis of
the Rocky movies. Rocky.
Just for the first one. She was only partway through the critique, and she couldn't, or analysis, and she couldn't finish it because she got copyright struck, which was that was disappointing because it was a really good analysis. I liked it.
Yeah, it was really good. I think she's been busy being mom and during pandemic, so that's why she's infrequent with her content. She's active on Twitter though, so always follow her on Twitter for like a good say. She's just a wonderful person. So yeah, and I agreed that basically that like bread tubes had been kind of the graph because it was always just a fandom, and then people started to like make it a lifestyle identity as a brand for YouTube and stuff like that. Same thing with left Twitch, honestly, if we think about it. I spend some times on Twitch, but I don't really spend time with left Twitch anymore. And I barely spend time on left Twitch to begin with, but it's kind of like similar kind of people in that cross pollinate breadtubers and left Twitch. And I think once Chris Reagan self-identified on Twitter as A, a comedian, and then B, a breadtuber, that's like, come on. Can we just like talk? But yet this Facebook group left to posting hero worships way too much.
And Chris Reagan is neither a comedian nor leftist. So
yes, follow Christiosity, Jordan P, because Christiosity is very good. I'm still a patron of Christiosity. Marty's a patron of Christiosity. Jamie, I think you're a patron of Christiosity. You were at one point. I think Joe McClure is a patron of Christiosity, or it wouldn't surprise me if he is or isn't. But yeah. That's right, and like, well, other people went to like a Mrs. Milwaukee for 5, that one, after the Sargon one, while others did kind of like hang out and party with like Sargon and Cod and all those other like alt-right and alt-right fascists there. Chris Rossi did not. They said, hell no, not, and that's, yeah, they agreed. That's like a good choice for her.
And Tom of Cognitive Dissonance was there at that party, but he was calling Carl on his shit.
No, I think that was MythCon 4.
Okay.
Chris Rossi went to MythCon 5, the one the next year.
Okay.
Because there's MythCon 4 where Thomas
That was the one with Thomas Smith, okay. Yeah,
that's
so
the one
so Tom of Cogdis was at that party, and he got kicked out because he was calling Carl on his shit.
Yeah, that was a video that we all have seen. But the next year, that's where Michael Rowlands and Chris Rossi went to MythCon, as well as Vadim Newquist's Creationist Cat. I did appreciate Creationist Cat on stage when someone said Steven Crowder. He said, "Fuck that guy," because that whole crowd cheered for Steven Crowder. It's just like, Steven Crowder is terrible.
Pee is stored in the balls. Changed my mind.
I think the best one is still where the table's empty, the person is gone, and the caption is, "I changed my mind."
God, Chris Reagan.
I haven't seen what he has done recently. Please God, I hope. Yeah, I mean, I do agree that VD is still bad though, because he's still kind of a liberal.
Yeah, he's Creationist Cat.
Yes, Creationist Cat. He still is not as far left as I would like. He still pals around with like some people I don't like and I have my personal issues with and I don't think are good people. It's like he's not the worst, but he's still not the best. And so yeah.
But at least he's not a misogynistic racist troll like Chris Reagan.
Yeah.
Or
Vosh.
Carl. Or Bosch.
Or Pick Puncher.
So many.
I mean, the anarcho-Bidenism by Vosh.
What?
Yes, that was okay. Leading up to the election, Vosh.
I'm assuming he was trying to be funny.
No, Vosh. I don't know about the anarcho-Bidenism, but Vosh was serious and that we as leftists should vote for Biden, and misquoted Karl Marx to do so. So many people corrected him on this. Bad Empanada, Democratic Socialist 01. Some I forgot others that like kind of like said, no, you're wrong. When the quotes you're reading by Karl Marx, I know I shouldn't rub my eyes. I'm sorry, Julie. And the people who were the quotes you were reading from Karl Marx were talking about Workers' Party, not the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is the bourgeoisie party. It's not a workers' party. No, you cannot reappropriate Karl Marx's quotes to try and get people to vote for Biden. And I think that Anarcho-Biden is a meme. There's been memes produced as Anarcho-Biden and the hero worship. Vosh misquoted Marx. And going off of what other like communists and Marxists like said, like that corrected Vosh on like his misquotes, but it's just kind of like, yeah. Oh, the charity link page. Marty Anthony and I was talking about like setting this thing up as well. Oh, it's basically my Google Doc that I have that's now just says charity link page. Okay, I gotta also like work on like
it's a nice shortened link to your Google Doc. Nice.
With a lot of people in it right now, so I think I will have to like actually sit down and just like try to like make this a little better, or just like put a lot of links to it as well. Thank you so much, Marty, for like doing that. Thanks so much. I will share this around. I'll let everyone else to know. I'll let people, because I know some people that also just like shared it around as well. Like Danny Quartz like shared it on under his latest video that he did and mentioned to me. Danny Quartz had like shared it under like a tweet of his that went viral, and so, and according to like John Burns, he has like shared it a bunch of other places or something like that. Yeah, someone's wrong on the internet. Was on the internet was wrong again. Yeah.
Who has a hangout? Chrissy, maybe. I don't know. Joe McClure just said somebody has a hangout, or she has a hangout. I don't know who the she is that Joe is referring to.
Christianity has had done Patreon hangouts before, but it's been a while. I haven't like messaged her and said like, hey, when's no, it's been a long time since you've done like a Patreon hangout, and so so I wouldn't mind doing another Patreon hangout with Christianity. She's awesome. A hangover? I've thankfully never had a hangover. If I had a hangover, maybe I was like had a slight headache the next day, but like it felt fine afterwards. Actually, yes, Chris Saucy does have like Patreon hangouts as a reward. Yes.
Okay. Oh, hey. Yeah, we should get Dan 3 Arrows on here.
That would be awesome.
Because he's really, really pretty, and I think that would bump our numbers. You know, we get the thirsty boys in here, thirsty girls too, and thirsty indies.
Yeah, Chris Saucy does have a Patreon hangout as a reward. Oh yeah, that's right. The last time we had the Chris Saucy had a Patreon hangout, it was just like me and then one of the patron of Chris Saucy, Heather, and we kind of, because Heather was actually in Beaverton, Oregon, where Jamie J is near in Portland. Thirsty and be here for Dan, okay. Me, Jamie, and Heather kind of like hang out that Sunday. Honestly, I was over planning to see Jamie just go see a movie, but it happened that like Jamie had an extra ticket, so it was like, hey Heather, want to come see Howl's movie? No, it was Kiki's Delivery Service with us, and yeah, and so she did hang out with us and watch Kiki's Delivery Service with us, which is kind of interesting because that was Heather's first time ever seeing Kiki's Delivery Service. She found it a boring movie, which yes, because there's two types of Studio Ghibli movies. Generally, there's the action-adventure Studio Ghibli movies, Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away is kind of like an adventure movie as well. And then there's like boring movies where not much happened. Poco Rosso, Kiki's Delivery Service, When the Wind Rises, Ponyo was a bit of adventure, honestly, in that one. But then there were parts where just like not much happens. And Marty shares a tweet, says this one goes back. I'm curious.
It's talking about the MythCon thing and how some shitlords are nice in person. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, of course they are, because you can punch them in person. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's what people do that matters and not how they act toward you in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
No, Jamie, that would be a Kennedy joke. FDR is not the one who said that. JFK is the one who said, "Ich bin ein Berliner."
That's right. I'm a donut. I know that because Eddie Izzard had a whole stand-up routine for that. He meant to say, like, I am one of you. I am a Berlin person, but instead he actually named a brand of donuts that they have there. I think that's...
Yeah. Would the American associate with us? I think he would.
I think... Fun fact, I'm actually... American Johnson actually knows who I am because in a way that, like, I've been in his old Brit casts before on YouTube, like years ago, before he kind of like blew up and got a little big, and so he has mentioned some Geek to me. I have like mentioned how like Luna only knows me because I said I have a step Vietnamese mother and some Vietnamese sisters, thus I'm step Vietnamese, and she liked that joke. So they actually modded me on Twitch, not on YouTube though. But then again, after I got modded on Twitch over a year ago now, I haven't been to like American Johnson's like a broadcast.
American Johnson is actually from South Carolina, so he and I might be distant cousins.
So hey, there's something like and American Johnson was actually a city council member for his city in South Carolina
back when he was still a capitalist.
He was when he was still a libertarian capitalist. Yes. Oh, okay. I don't think the American Johnson wants to mod me on YouTube, but it's just I don't go to his broadcast anymore, honestly. Because American Johnson tried to do the general strike thing. I mentioned that probably wasn't going to happen.
You can't just call a general strike. You have to prepare and work with lots of large organizations to get that sort of thing to happen.
Yes, exactly. And yet he also said he was tired of this symbolic strikes, like the YouTube walkout that we participated.
I mean, when I say we might be distant cousins, that's because my family has been in my dad's side of the family anyway, has been in South Carolina for a really long time and in North Carolina. So, yes, there are such things as distant cousins. So occasionally, I run into someone and it turns out we're related. You know, even if it is very distant. Like one time, a couple years back on Google Plus, when Google Plus was still a thing, I met someone living in North Carolina who it turned out we were related like some 10 generations back. Through Colonel Thomas Palmatier Brockman, I think it was.
So from my dad's side of the family of the Grovers, the Grovers have a distant relations in like the Massachusetts area. So if there's like I think it's a John Grover, or if you look through the Salem, the documentations of the Salem witch trials, and there's a John Grover there, chances I'm actually related to that person. Or if I go to Massachusetts and I meet a Grover, there's a chance I'm a distant relative to them. So yeah, I guess it's
you're related to a Muppet.
Well, I mean, Gonzo always like never sees himself as a whatever, which is almost like a non-binary kind of call there.
Although he is piggy sexual.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a single target sexuality. When you say Twitch, Twitch is a website. I don't think you need to get Twitch.
Well, hey, Joe McClory, if you want to follow someone on Twitch, I at least do streams on Twitch. So you can like follow me there.
Also, Tabby the Wolfess.
Yeah, Tabby the Wolfess is a Twitch friend of mine. That's the way I have worked with Tabby on the Transgender Law Center charity weekend 2 weeks ago, and it was a great fun. We raised $3,000 for the Transgender Law Center, and like, yeah. I have distant relations with Spiritus a couple of times. It's hard to always like do it in real life because they're living in France. I know about those distant relations that you're talking about. Yes.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
He did rape a bunch of other ones though. I'm related to so many Lakotas. I couldn't date another Lakota. Lol. Yeah. Now, Joe McClory, unfortunately, sometimes I do stream late at night, so maybe you won't be able to catch some of my streams. I think I'll plan to do one on this Sunday. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I think I'm going to plan to stream on this Sunday because one of the things I'm doing is like playing some games. So we're like last night I did like Artifact Adventure. Okay, that's cool. And then but also I've been like reading David Graeber's Direct Action and Iconography. So yeah. But for at least the VODs of like Direct Action Iconography, I am putting that on my YouTube channel, cutting up and like uploading it. There's a couple of videos I need to like upload from my previous political streams as well. So yeah. But Lord, on my Scottish side, she was my granddaughter. Well, we were first cousins. I can't sing that well though.
I don't know who Loretta Lynn is. Name sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, kind of sounds kind of familiar, but I have to like look her up.
Loretta Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
American singer-songwriter. Her career spanned 6 decades in country music.
And I can hear the music playing in the background.
No, that's not her. That's Facebook.
Stupid Facebook. So, anyway. I think that's a good place to stop.
Yeah, I think we're done. I'm going to poo and then go to the gym.
So, charitylinkpage.com.
Nice.
Charitylinks.page. Charitylinks.page. So just charitylinks.page. That's where all the charity links are. Summer and Geek on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Medium as well. But I only have one article up there. I just posted a rant I had brewing in my head for like months, and then or weeks. No, months at that point, but still, Medium as well, and that's it. More in contact all between politics and draw freeze. I don't have enough hours in the day. True, yeah. No, who needs more content? There's enough without and social justice alchemy. Don't forget to listen to podcasts, rate the podcast on your podcast catchers, or if like when you catch,
like and share the YouTube.
Like and share the YouTube, subscribe, do all that sort of
Leave
stuff.
random comments because apparently that helps.
Yeah, apparently that helps. Yes, you can leave us questions in our comments as well.
And also, that's where you should go ahead and leave links for clips talking about Revolution.
Yes,
for the next intro.
Mm-hmm. It's because that new intro will be on the 2 weeks from now on the 124th episode of Social Justice Alchemy. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/
Oh, Loretta Lynn's from Arkansas? That means I'm probably related to her too. Because my mom's family is from Arkansas.
That is the correct order to do things. Social Justice Alchemy.
Poop, then jump.
And John Buckman, you also have another side project.
Yes, I have my other hustle. It's Dungeons and Debacles. It's a D&D podcast hosted by my friend Kevin. Heck of a lot of fun. Completely different from this. We are now playing a good party, trying to stop an evil red dragon.
We'll talk about Revolution next week. There's always like more future social justice activities where we can talk about Revolution. I think we're talking off, honestly, for this one.
We're going to be talking about Revolution and just funny or interesting or notable movie quotes or TV quotes about Revolution.
Oh yeah. So what about Revolution? If you find us,
that means that I'll be a Native American. Yay! Just like Elizabeth Warren.
I have a great aunt that is Potawatomi. That's a recognized tribe in Michigan. So that's not like a family story. No, it's actually confirmed that no, they're from Potawatomi. That makes I think at most I'm 1/32. So it's just like not going to call myself indigenous at all. No, because I'm still a white settler. I'm still on the Doomer washed land, and I just have to like listen to indigenous people for like their issues and like just help them along as an ally.
Because white people are stupid, David.
Yes. We pronounce it Kansas in Arkansas instead of like Kansas in Arkansas or Kansas in Arkansas. White people.
Or it might be because they're named after slightly different tribes that pronounce it differently. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
All right. But in any event, I think it is time to end the streams. Good night, everyone. Take your meds. Stay hydrated.
Take your meds. Practice self-care.
Practice safe sex. Stay in school. Do drugs.
Wait a minute. Why I saying? But saying school during the pandemic?
Virtual school. Hybrid.
Social distancing. Remember social distancing.